Alright, hello, welcome back to the Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video here. So today I wanted to do, a little bit of a discussion video, I guess, talking about the Diama Goku, upcoming, when he's releasing, as well as what his banner will probably look like. So that's really the purpose of this video. I haven't really done like a banner prediction, I guess is a better way to phrase this video before. So that's what we're going to be doing here. I think I have a pretty good idea of what his banner is going to look like, as well as when it will release. Now, as you can see on the schedule here, we have not had the data download yet. I would actually say we are not going to have the data download for a little bit. It's probably going to be, I think, the 40th anniversary Dragon Ball characters. That stream is on the 28th. When the hell they're going to come out, I don't really know. But we're going to be in for a bit of an interesting period here, essentially, is what I'm trying to get across. There's multiple summons on the horizon. Now, for Mini Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku, just to start out with, in the stream, they said he joins the fray 10:29 PST. Now, judging by my time, Central Standard Time, although, to be honest, I always forget what the fucking daylight savings shit. Isn't like PDT technically right now, or is CDT right now? I don't know. Anyway, my time right now, usually that they drop banners content, is 12 a.m. When they say PST like this, they say 10:28, 7:21, like whatever date they throw out when they have PST at the fucking tail end, usually that's an indicator that it's actually going to come out the next day for me in actuality. So for me, I believe this banner will go live October 30th, 12 a.m., maybe like 1 a.m., but probably October 30th at 12 a.m. Now, for me right now, at the time I'm recording this, it is October 25th, 8:37 p.m. So we are, we're a bit off. We're 4 days and 3.5 hours, essentially, off from when the banner should release, I think. Now, I don't know anything you guys don't, but it's just judging off of how they use this text. When they use this text, you can look back in several of the streams in the past. This is sort of a red herring. Or, no, that's, red herring's like doesn't that mean like a distraction? I suppose it technically works, because when they say 10:29, you think, oh, it's going to be the fucking 29th. But at least for me, it's always technically actually the next day. So yeah, I expect this to be October 30th, 12 a.m. that this goes live. In fact, I probably... Give me just a moment. I'll pull this up. We'll compare to Lord Slug when he released last year. I think he actually released on the 30th as well. So that's a pretty good giveaway. So we'll be right back. All right, so here we are, Lord Slug. Now, this is what I was talking about before. 12 a.m. When they say PST, usually it does end up being like 12 a.m. my time. The day after. Although technically it's the night of. You get what I mean. But with Lord Slug, he did release on the 31st, Halloween, last year. So that is worth throwing out, because this is the exact same like time slot for a character. However, they've been known, even within this year, right? Every year, there is some level of variance between the banner release dates. It's not always exact. Within the few days, though, is pretty correct. So I would say, even though this Slug released 31st, 12 a.m. my time, I still believe Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku will release the 30th, 12 a.m. my time. So, just, once again, I did say the time it is for me right now. So if you want to convert that into your own time, I don't know when this is going to go live, but based off the time I used, right here, let me just say it again. It's October 25th, 8:40 p.m. my time I'm recording this. I think it'll come out October 30th, 12 a.m. my time. So that should be 4 days, 3 hours, and 20 minutes from the time I'm recording this. So if you convert that into your own time, That should give you an idea of when he's coming out. Because I don't know exactly when this will go live. But yeah, there's Lord Slug, just to show that there is sort of logic behind when he'll release. Now, I did want to, based off of the banner prediction, just look at the Dokkan Fest TR that's up right now, baby. However, just I wanted to go over this real quick. So, with the 40th anniversary Dragon Ball thing, we saw Vegeta, as well as 23rd World Tournament Piccolo, Frieza, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, Majin Buu. Uh, are all on a summonable banner. We don't know when it's coming out. We know the stream's on the 28th. It could be in the same data download as Goku. It could be like 2 weeks later because they have in the past revealed the heroes' characters before actually like revealing their kits and everything. So we'll have to see if they're going to handle it the same way. I don't know. They may also just reveal all the stuff and then it comes out later. They may reveal all the stuff and it comes out at the exact same time as Diama Goku. We don't know. We'll know more with that stream. But anyway, as you can see, I mean, there's 5 characters here. This is the hero's time slot. It makes sense that, because all the SSR characters are collaboration characters. I think what they'll do here is they'll have the 40th anniversary Dragon Ball characters as the main featured characters. We'll be able to get a guaranteed featured character per summon, as the heroes banners worked. And then probably in the unfeatured pool would be my guess, would be like all the heroes characters. Now I don't know that for sure, but that's just what I'm thinking. Well, maybe not all of them, but maybe like the characters that are going to EZA at least, which the characters that should EZA, I think it'll be like Hearts, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, Janemba, and Metal Cooler, I think. I could be wrong, but I think it should be these 5. So we'll see how good they are whenever their EZAs are announced. I just wanted to go over that real quick because, I mean, there's not really much to predict with this banner. So I figured I'd slide it in here as well. I mean, it's literally, if it should be, I don't know for sure, obviously, but it should follow the same format. The 40th Dragon Ball, 40th anniversary Dragon Ball banner should follow the same format as the hero banner. It's the same time slot, has 5 featured. Should follow the same exact, feature guaranteed per summon. We don't know, but I just wanted to put that out there in here as well. But anyway, looking at the last Dokkan Fest TR banner, Baby's pretty great. But specifically, not talking about Baby, we want to focus on what his banner looks like here. Because if we look at his banner, that should be a very good tell as to what Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku's banner could potentially look like. So, with the banner, obviously we have the new banner unit, Baby. We did not actually have an EZA here because do remember, it was a yellow coin, LR Super 17 that got his EZA. And then we have, like, they threw an old Super EZA character on here. They threw some, like, 2023 characters on here. This was Cell's return banner. I think that's important to note. And then, we just had some other, like, villain adjacent cards. So using this, I think it's a pretty good tell as like a format of what Diama Goku's banner may look like. So obviously starting out, we're going to have, I know this is crazy, mini Piccolo and mini Super Saiyan 4 Goku are going to be on, Super Saiyan 4 Goku's banner. I know, crazy. But I just figure, that takes up the first 2 slots. So we have 8 more to go. Now, from there, I wanted to take a look at some potential EZA, Super EZAs we may receive this celebration. So, Masaka, really great account I follow. You should follow them. They make these charts, EZA, Super EZA. Although this one isn't as updated. But they make these charts that sort of like show what is like upcoming. It's a really good graphic to sort of determine. It's not like perfect, but it does help. Well, the graph itself is really good, but it's not. I'm saying it's not a perfect way to determine what's coming, but it's a pretty good idea when you can like visualize it right like this. I mean, we have Tournament Power / Wicked Bloodline movie, movie, Android Cell Saga, Majin Buu Saga, Saiyan Saga, right? Android Cell Saga, that's sort of a what if movie, GT movie. Like I think this is a pretty good tell that we have a lot of movie stuff on the horizon. So get ready, which makes sense because we haven't had as much until we had the TDC celebration. But specifically, the card I want to focus on here is him. This Kid Gohan. This Kid Gohan came out in 2021. If we look at Diama Goku's leader skill, demonic power, as well as bond of parent and child. I do have somewhere, here it is. Here he is. Okay. As we can see, right? Obviously all the Gohans are on demonic power. And then he does have bond of parent and child. This guy has been in line for his EZA for quite a while. I think something to note with him, he gives support to allies, and why I think that's important is they seem to have a really big theme going on with like Daima Goku's team of supporting characters. I mean, if you just think about all the characters that sort of hit it, probably the quote unquote optimal build they want you to do. I mean, the new Daima Goku, Daima Piccolo, Glorio, the Daima Super Saiyan Goku, right, are just like characters to throw out. And then if you just think about some other cards you could get on here, like Path to Power would be really good on here, for example, right? And then obviously with Kid Gohan, I mean, he fits the 220, and I think a very important part of him is he has a unit super attack as long as there is an ally whose name includes Piccolo or Krillin on the team. Now, if Piccolo's on the team, you get the banner unit, get his unit super attack. Now, it's not the biggest difference. I mean, the chance to stun goes up. I guess the damage goes up quite substantially. But I mean, we'll have to see what they do with it exactly on his EZA. This guy has been in line. I think he'd be perfect right now. His sort of active skill would be really nice on Daima Goku's team. I think this guy he'd fit like really nicely right now. So we'll have to see. But I think this guy, potentially, I mean, if you just look at the EZAs upcoming, I think it makes sense. Like, who else is like a demonic power or pure Saiyan? Like, sure, I mean, Majin Vegeta would fit, but the thing with Majin Vegeta, we just got the super easy A for LR Majin Vegeta. I don't suspect that they're going to do him. I doubt they're going to do Raditz or this guy. I think we'll probably have some sort of Saiyan Saga celebration at some point. So they're probably going to want to like hold on to those two to release together. Plus, I feel like Raditz is going to be like something super special. Like he'll damn near be the highlight of whatever celebration. Um, he would bring a lot of hype to a Saiyan Saga celebration, unironically, because of like how iconic he is for how bad he was on release. So, I mean, who else really fits this, right? I suppose these guys do, ROF Blues, but I feel like they would have easy them with TDC if they were going to easy them now. And they're not going to do any of these like movie guys. Like, I really do think um, the most logical choice for the EZA for the celebration is going to be Kid Gohan. So that would fill up the third slot. Now, something else, I suppose I should have gone into this first. Looking at past banners. I did have Lord Slug here, right? Because this is last year's banner. And you'll see Rose returned last year. This came out October 31st, 12 a.m. my time. Rose came out May 30th, 3 a.m. my time. Now, why this is important? Well, he came out that time on JP, because JP is the quote-unquote correct timeline. You get what I mean, I think. Obviously, on Global, we got Rose much earlier in the year. It was like February, I think. Could be wrong about that. But JP got him May 30th. We're on the quote-unquote correct timeline now. So I think we should use that as the basis for who came out May 30th this year. Mercenary Tao. I don't think he's returned yet, right? Who's not returned? Mercenary Tao. So it does make sense that Mercenary Tao will probably return on Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku's banner, would be my guess. So, I mean, I feel like, just judging by the dates, they do like to return these characters on a fairly consistent basis. So I think he'll probably return here. And it makes sense, if we're talking about the 40th Dragon Ball anniversary, to also get this guy in here. And I think that's important because, judging off some of the other characters in the banner, I think they're going to want some Dragon Ball stuff going on here. Now, I think we could just do these next three pretty rapid fire. Daima Super Saiyan 3 Mini Vegeta, Daima Glorio, obviously, and Daima Super Saiyan Goku. I mean, they fast track returned these two for Daima Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta's banner. They do really like to release this sort of these characters like right alongside each other. At least it looks like that they've done stuff like that in the past. I mean, it's not like perfect, but if you look at like when the Gammas released in 2022, they released, it was mid-October. We had New Year Superhero, Beastless, and Orange Piccolo. And then the Gammas returned very fast on the 8th anniversary banner. So it's not like exact same banner. But I think that sort of shows that they do like to try and keep this stuff vaguely together. And with how they fast track these guys to release on this banner, I see no reason why they wouldn't release all three of these guys. Plus, this guy's only returned on like Gohan, Goten, Trunks, I believe. So returning him on this banner makes a lot of sense to me. All three of these guys. And then I would also say another thing that makes sense: Kid Goku, Saiyan Day. I could be incorrect. I'm pretty sure he has not returned since Saiyan Day, which I mean was March 18th. Typically, in the past, the Saiyan Day character has returned vaguely October-ish. So, I mean, that's worth throwing out. I think getting this guy right before we have a 40th anniversary of Dragon Ball, I mean, we saw the wallpaper they have in-game, makes a lot of sense. He's from the first episode of Dragon Ball. So I think him returning, not only because of that, but also because it's time for him to return. And also, they do like to return the Saiyan Day character with this sort of October timeline. It all makes a lot of sense. This guy would also fit Super Saiyan 4 Goku's lead. I mean, he'd be really good on the team, I think, probably. So I think it's probably likely. I don't want to like go too far in like any direction, but I think he really could return here, which is another reason I'm like, I don't have him. I was really excited for him. Another reason why I really do think that we could potentially see, well, another reason I suppose maybe this is a better way to phrase it. I was gonna say we could potentially see me go all in on this banner. Maybe that's not the best way to phrase that, but I mean, not that I have the most stones, but I think I probably will go all in on this banner. I mean, I don't have Tao, I don't have this character. I could use a dupe for him. These two I have highly duped. Obviously, I really want Mini Piccolo and this Daima Goku. However, we still have some more characters to go over here. So obviously, I went over Gohan. Now, so far, we have gone over 1, 2, there we go, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. Now, if we go back to Baby's banner, and it's the 10 featured banner. So, with that being said, I did also have this pulled up, the Super Easy A one. Now, this works sort of opposite to the Easy A graphic that this person makes, whereas they sort of blank out or decolor the card arts when the Easy A. Here, they get colored upon Super Easy A. Now, as you can see, this is, kind of behind, right? I mean, we've had Omega, we've had Vegito, Rose, we've had Super Easy LR Majin Vegeta, both the Super Saiyan 4s, Super Easy Broly, as well as Goten and Trunks. And I believe that should cover all the characters we've had. Pretty sure. So with that being said, I think probably if they are doing a Super Easy with the celebration and just like keeping in mind who would fit on the leader skill, the Mono Power Pure Saiyans, my guess is probably, and I don't really I can't really say like 100% in either direction. But I think it's probably going to be Super EZA for this Vegeta or a Super EZA for this Gohan. Um, this is where it gets a bit more like abstract with like the Super EZA stuff. I mean, they don't always follow a pattern with these guys. I mean, they can just sort of throw them out there. This guy, I sort of think they'd want to save maybe for like a future celebration. Although there's a lot of future Super EZAs, so they don't need to. He'd fit the leader skill, right? I could potentially be good. I don't know. We'd have to see. I mean, he barely has anything here, right? So who knows? Um, but also, I mean, Super EZA Gohan. I think this one makes a bit more sense to me. I mean, he's demonic power. Once again, he fits the 220 bond of parent child. He has support, a common theme of this team, as well as just in general. I mean, Daima is sort of like a. I mean, they kept relating it to the Majin Buu saga. I feel like they showed Ultimate Gohan like 80 different times in Daima, while Gohan himself does not actually appear like in present time of Daima. Like they showed him a lot through like flashbacks and stuff. Um, so I think potentially because it's Daima relating it sort of to Majin Buu saga with a Super Easy that's in line makes a lot of sense to me. I wouldn't say fully 100% like, oh yeah, I believe this guy's coming. I really do believe this guy's EZA is coming here. As for the Super EZA, maybe him. I think he's probably more likely than Vegeta, but I wouldn't say 100%, right? And then finally, if we refer back to this banner one more time for our final slot here, you could see they just sort of vaguely returned characters 2023 that aren't in line for the EZA but were somewhat related to Baby here. So I took that into mind and I'd said, okay, maybe they'll do Kale. I mean, she's not on the full lead, I don't believe, at least. Because the lead is Dragon Ball Secret Time Travel Bond Parent Child, so she's not on the full lead. But I mean, just looking at like 2023 Pure Sans, she was sort of the best I could come up with. I don't think she's returned too recently. I could be wrong about that though, for sure. And then if not her, I said, okay, maybe Piccolo and Gohan. I feel like this one makes a lot more sense. I mean, once again, I mean, demonic power. Well, actually, yeah, they are on demonic power. Okay. So while they wouldn't be on the full 220, they're not in line for an EZA. I think returning these guys, Piccolo and Gohan, while also releasing, mini Piccolo, and once again, I do think that this guy's EZA makes a lot of sense here. He has a unit super with Piccolo. So I think probably they'd return this character. But once again, I mean, we'll have to see. It's probably going to be several days until we have the data download and we know all this for sure. At the time of recording this, at least, I mean, we'll see. Maybe it'll be just like 2 days or something in total. But yeah, either way, I think that's probably my official prediction for the banner. So we'll close that out. Close that out. We can close this stuff out here, and we can just like go through them all one by one. Once again, the charts from Masaka, I always really like those. They, it's like organized very neat because like even if okay, yeah, 2020 characters, 2021 characters, 2022 characters are in line for EZA. It's just a lot easier to actually like visualize it when you have them right in front of your face, right? But yeah, there we go. I would say if it is going to be 10 featured like this format, right? Mini Piccolo, Diamond Super Saiyan 4 Goku. By the way, I have Mini Piccolo first, just because for whatever reason on the banners, I don't know why they do this. They always have the banner unit go first. So Piccolo, and that's how I have it sort of pulled up in this order. I think is how they'll show it, because you'll also see this was the return character, the first time return character. So probably honestly they'd even like have Kid Goku up there too. So like Mercenary Tao, Kid Goku, the Daima Dokkan vest that we have currently, Mini Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan Goku, Gloria, and then finally an EZA, a Super EZA, and just a random sort of like vaguely related 2023 character. Using the baby banner as like the basis, I think this is my best possible guess for what the banner will look like. It will probably release October 30th, 12 a.m. my time, which one final time in case, I get it. This is probably a longer one, so in case anyone skipped ahead, I'll say this one final time. At the time I'm recording this, it's now 9:01 p.m. So from taking that into mind, my time is central. I always forget with the daylight savings, but it's central time. It should be in 4 days, 2 hours and 59 minutes from the time I'm recording this. Is when I'm predicting the banner will release. So if you just convert that into your own time, you should get a good idea of when it's going to come out. And we won't know for sure until the data download happens, but I'd say it's pretty much a dead giveaway when they say 10:29 like this. It practically always means in my time that it's going to come out 12 a.m. technically the day after, even though it's only like a minute after. You get what I mean. Anyway, we're going to end this one here though. I did want to touch on this real quick because I don't expect this banner should be a lot more obvious, and we'll probably honestly see it in the stream on the 28th. So I don't know. Very very excited though for all this to come. But we're gonna be in a bit of there's a lot to talk about. I still have a lot to like record in game and stuff. But it is gonna be a couple of days here yet, so we'll see if people, the community doesn't eat itself alive, right? I kind of doubt it. They're making it just a couple of days. I already saw people dogging on mini Super Saiyan 4 Goku. What am I talking about? Dokkan Twitter works. They're a different breed. But yeah, there we go. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're just as excited as I am. I think this guy's gonna be really crazy in game. I don't see how people think otherwise. But yeah, take care.